Welcome back, guys, to This is Much More podcast. I'm Evelyn, and my co-host is
Rollie Vogues.
And our special guest today is
Amadora.
Welcome to the podcast. So let's get started. Like, how long ago have we all met? Like, it's been a long time, right?
Well, mine was the Red Lobster.
The Red
days.
Lobster days.
Yeah,
So that was like
almost. I've been 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, like 15 years maybe, right?
I don't know.
Red Lobster was like when I was in middle school. Wait,
Girl,
no, it wasn't in middle school.
High school.
It was like my my freshman or sophomore year.
Yeah, because when I was there, I don't even remember. Wait, how old are you?
I'm 28. How old are you?
Yeah, I'm 27. I'm gonna be 28 this year though.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
1994.
So it's been like 94.
It's been a while.
So it's been a while. It's been a
yeah.
long time.
8, 9, 10, 11. So I'll say like 11 or 12 years. Because I've
Yeah.
been in LA for
Yeah.
8, 9, 10, 11.
I think it's
like,
11.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I think it's like 11 years.
It's been more. Yeah. 10 plus years.
Yeah,
10
plus years. Yeah.
Let's stick with that.
Damn, I'm old.
But so, what do you do right now? What's your career right now?
I am a makeup artist and a hairstylist.
You do hair
So.
too?
I do hair. So like, I feel like the school I went to, they teach you to like do everything. So to be a triple threat is better than to be like
Just like
one thing. Like people want to
yeah.
hire someone that can do all of it if they can.
Yeah.
So yeah, I throw hair under there. I did cosmetology in high school and I didn't see myself in a salon, so I went elsewhere to figure it out.
So while you were here, so you're out of Houston, right?
Yes.
You left.
Yep.
So whenever you were here, you were doing all that stuff, the makeup stuff, or was that like?
No, I mean, like, my mom always had makeup and, like, my hair was curly, so I was always doing stuff to it. So I think it just came naturally. And then, yeah, I went to cosmetology school and I realized that cutting and coloring wasn't my thing. So it was kind of like, well, what's the next thing after that
Closest
I'd like to do? you
yeah.
know? So, yeah, and then I found a school in LA and I went to school.
Oh, you went to school over there?
I went to school. It's called MUD. It's a makeup designery school, and they kind of teach you how to do like multimedia stuff. You get certified, and yeah, that was my career choice, and then I ended up staying. So
Oh, so right after high school, that's where you ended up. That's why you moved to LA.
that's why I moved. Yeah, because they had the school in New York, and it was just too cold. I was like, "There's no way I'm moving to New York." I mean, I love New York, but it's too cold. It's too cold.
Well, to visit maybe, but not to live there.
Yeah, not to live there. It's
what did
too
your
fast.
parents say, or they're like down for it?
Well, my mom is always like, she's always was inspired. Like anything I wanted to do, she wanted to make sure that I achieved it, you know? So like whether it was her dropping me off, whether it was her like calling someone to see how I can get in there. Like, so no matter what it was, she was always supportive of it and she supported me while I was doing it. It was more so my dad. My dad's like, he's not from here originally. So he's like, no, like if I'm like, cause he came, like he's from St. Lucia, the Caribbean. So he's like, if I can come from a different country and like go to college and then like make it, I feel like, you know, it should be down the bloodline or whatever. And I was like, well, I'm not really that good at school. So I had to figure it out.
Yeah.
My sisters are nurses. Like one of my sisters is a nurse, one's a teacher. I have sisters that are in college, but me, I was like, I'm not even gonna waste your money. I'm not gonna waste your money.
Dang. So he was like, was it because of the career you chose or because you were leaving?
No, it was more so because he didn't understand how I was really gonna make money. Well, you know, like I would tell him like, hey, like I like doing hair, I like doing makeup, and he was just like, well, like just go into a salon, like, and I was like, I don't know, like to get into a salon, it's so many things just to do like cut or color. It's not really style. Like I style hair, and I don't cut or color. Like I'll trim someone's hair, but I'm not gonna color your hair. I'm not gonna cut it. I'll style it though. So he was just kind of like, well, like, how are you gonna get there? Like he was just so concerned on like the process of how I was gonna get there to actually like make money to like take care of like my livelihood, like things I
Over
like
there,
to so, or just in general, like a car, how am I gonna pay my rent, how am I do, you know, he was concerned about those things.
So how did you do it?
I mean, my mom kind of, the thing is, like, my mom already, like, pushed the door open. It was just about me walking through. And, like, once he saw that I was serious, like, I went to school, I finished school. I got a job, like, at an actual place. Like, it's called Namies. And it's for, like, pro makeup artists, hairstylists. And you get, like, a discount on everything, like, from MAC to Bobbi Brown. And I just worked, and that's how I learned my products. That's how I learned, like, different skin types, all types of things. And yeah, like when you're in that like atmosphere, like you meet other makeup artists. So like for me, I'm really good at talking, and I don't know, I feel like I don't know, like I draw people in, and I just like, you know, talk. And I had one girl just like, hey, like what days are you off? And I was like, I'm off like Wednesdays and Thursdays. She was like, oh, like we'll have this and like a gig, like, and she was like, if you want, like you can come and, you know, I'll show you the ropes. And that's kind of like how I got like in the door. But like once he started seeing that, he was kind of like, oh, okay, like she's serious about this. And then, you know, he came to visit me, and I think I like brought him to like a concert or something like that I had tickets to, and he was just like, okay, so you out here like really doing it? And I'm like, yes, I am. I was like,
so you like work by yourself, like you don't work under a company or anything?
I freelance. So I'm just I freelance. I wouldn't say I work for a company, but they're a group of like, they're production companies, and they're like other makeup artists and other makeup teams. We kind of just keep each other like in a circle, and it's like whoever's available, like get the group message. I have this for this time, this is the rate, and whoever hits me up first gets the job. And that's the same with me, like they'll put us in a group message, you know, and if I hit them up, I get the job. But that's kind of how it is. And then, you know, on set you just network too. Like I talk to everyone. I know people who like go on set and they'll only talk to like the artists and all the artist people, but I'm like at the grip department. Like, hey, I know y'all got a camera. Like if y'all ever need a makeup artist, please hit me up. And they do. Like these guys have money. Like, you know, everyone wants to like they're in these work. Yeah, make it work. So I talk to everyone. I talk to the grip department, the art department, the assistants, the ADs, all of them, everyone, just to, you know, because everyone has their own things going on. So.
And over there is just constantly busy, right? It's like never a day where you don't like. Is there ever a day where it's like slow, or is it?
I mean, there are
like,
days where it's slow for me, but like I see people all the time that are working. It's just about like who's working. The only time it's ever been like dead was during the pandemic. Like that was the only time that you could hit anybody up for work and they'll be like, girl, there's nothing like at all.
So what'd you do during that time?
Well, during that time I came here. I came to Houston, and I did a virtual school for to get my esthetician license.
Oh, okay.
So I mean,
so
but
you
like
took
during that time I did take advantage of it, but you know, like it's still other things came up and I had to put that on to the back, but I mean it's still there. And I think that's like the next thing I want to get like under my belt, just to, you know, make it make sense.
No, yeah, like it's like the beauty world, you know.
The beauty world, yeah, and like without good skin, like you can't do good makeup. Well, you can try, but I feel like the skin is where it's at.
Yeah. You don't do any like YouTube stuff, TikTok stuff?
So the thing with that is I'm so bad. Like all of this, I don't like the setup part, anything that's technical, technology, it's hard for me. Like I feel like I'm going to be that person that if I do want to do that or get there, I'm going to have to pay someone to help me.
Have you ever heard of this girl? She's like a makeup artist. She's from like from here, from Texas. Her name's like Let's Do Makeup. Have you heard of her?
I haven't. I'm going to be honest. I don't follow a lot of beauty gurus.
No, I don't either. But she's like the only girl that like
She's from El Paso.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But she's the only one that like I've like, oh, whatever. She's very genuine. So she's the only one that, but I don't follow her. I don't even know why I follow her. I don't even like follow
At this point, there's a handful of like big famous makeup people, right?
Yeah,
there's
100%.
Yeah.
But for you to like not know a bunch of them, it just shows how big of how big the world is.
Yeah.
How much space there is for people to blow up. You know?
I also think it's just the way people market themselves too.
Yeah.
Like she pushes her shit on like the internet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For me, it's like I'm so like, it's weird. Like I'm so shy about my work. Like I'll put it on my like. Like when people ask for my resume, I'm like, you can go to my tagged photos or to my credits, like my highlights. And that's where I put all my stuff. Like, or like I let people just tag me. I don't know. Like, I feel like I'm more in it. Like I'm good at it, and that's my passion, so I do it. But like my ultimate goal is just to be like somewhere by the beach. Like I don't really like. I work this. I do makeup and hair just to like make sure that I can take care of myself. But at the end of the day, the goal is just to be somewhere by the water.
Yeah.
Chilling.
Yeah, chilling. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but I don't know. It's fun.
Yeah. So there's like countless like opportunities over there, right? Like, do you feel that if you had never left, you'd be like where you're at? Obviously, you wouldn't, right? But it'd be different. You think you have the same drive and stuff or not?
I mean, like, I feel like for me in the beginning, like, the picture was painted. Like, I knew, I felt when I was younger, people would be like, what do you want to do? And I'd be like, at first I would tell my mom I wanted to be a video vixen. Like, it was crazy. Yeah. Like, who says that? Like, wait, I wouldn't say video vixen.
The dancers in the music video.
Oh. I wouldn't say video vixen, but pretty much it was like, I wanted to be on set, Like, I want to be that girl in that music video, or I want to do this, I want to do that. Like, the picture was painted. So, like, here, honestly, I feel like if that was not if that was out of the question for me to move to LA, I would have figured it out how to make it happen here, but it wouldn't have been to that extent, that it is now. So, I guess no, but I mean, just because there's just so many different things. Like, there's people that, like, I've worked with that I would never have thought I've worked with, and it was just because, like, I was available that day, to do the job. Like, I know they're a big deal, but for me, like, my older aunts and their husband used to listen to that. But, like, for me, like, I didn't take it as, like, a big deal. But then when I posted it, everybody was like, what the hell? Like, and I was like, yeah, they're kind of gross. You know what I mean? Like, it's just, like, they're just, like, not the vibe, not my vibe, but like to other people, it's a like, thing, oh my
God, yeah.
So yeah, because all right, like whenever it comes down to like celebrities and stuff like that, I don't fan out, I don't do shit like that. And then she especially doesn't fan out. Right. Do you fan out?
Well, the thing is, I like to give everyone a chance. I don't fan out for sure because I know that we're all human,
That's how, yeah.
But
that's
like,
how I see it.
And I like to give people their space, especially when they're at that like height in their career, because like they already feel like they have no personal space, Yeah. So my goal, but like I don't purposely like sit there and be like, oh, like I'm not gonna be a fan. Like, no, if you're cool and like you're genuine and like you like we have eye contact and there's like, there's like some kind of like vibe there, then I'm gonna be cool. But I'm not gonna fan out. I've never fanned out. Yeah. You can't do that to me unless you're probably Rihanna. Like I always tell everyone, I would be I'll be on the crafty team if you can put me on a Rihanna music video. Like, and the crafty is like the people that bring the snacks to the side. Like, I will go and pass out Cheez-Its to everyone just to be on a Rihanna shoot. Like, I think and I don't even know if I'll fan out, but I'll be like, is this real? Like
yeah, this is
like you'll fan, like, not like you won't show it, but like,
Yeah, I'll feel it in my body. Like, my heart would probably be pumping like really hard. But I've seen people fan out, and it's kind of embarrassing. I'm just like, okay.
It's like, because we've talked about it, and I'm like, oh my God, that's so cringy. Like,
it is. And then, like, to see the artists, too, like, their expression, like, they don't want to be an asshole, like, because people are there, but at the same time, they're like, this is too much. Like, and you can only say thank you so many times.
Yeah. Have you seen Grey's Anatomy or no?
I haven't.
No?
No. I'm so bad.
I was going to tell her about the video you showed me where he was just like...
Oh, yeah. Well, it's because Grey's Anatomy is like this doctor show, right? And then the main guy, what did he say? He always says it's a great day to save lives or whatever. Like, that's his catchphrase on the show. And I seen a video I showed her like yesterday. And somebody's like, can you say it for me, please, one more time? And then he's like, it's whatever, save lives. And then, like, she's like, oh, my God, thank you, and then he walks off. But it's like, that's...
He probably rolled his eyes when he walked off.
Yeah, he's probably like, my God. He's like, I have other shows, like... Yeah. I think that type of shit is, like, kind of cringy, That type of stuff.
It is. But it's bad. Like, or I've seen even, like, where people are, like, on set and they're, like, asking for a picture, like, in the middle of, like, while the person's, like, reading their lines. Like, you know what I mean? Like, they're trying to study the script, and people are, like there, and they're like, we'll get one after, like, once we wrap. And then, like, I know, like, that artist, I could see him, they're, like, running from that person. They're like, I'm gonna walk fast. Because they've been, like, harassing me the whole day, and I'm just like, yeah.
Damn. So
it's embarrassing.
I was gonna say, so you have to keep your cool, obviously, right? Like,
I do.
Through the whole thing. So I guess I just don't... I would think that's how you get referred out to other people, right?
Well, the thing is, I feel like... I've, like, I don't even know how to explain. Like, I built character. Like, LA has taught me how to build character. Like, you have to know who you're dealing with, and you can't always like give the upper hand. Like, I'm not gonna say like I've kept my cool, because like one time I was offered to put a tattoo on Doja Cat, and I could not stop shaking like my hand, and she knew. Like, I'm there like holding the thing on, and I just couldn't. In my I kept trying to tell myself like, calm down, because it's like weird, you know, like I'm over here shaking. But like she totally was like cool about it. She was like, yeah, like, you know, she was like try to like loosen me up. So like, I don't know, like I wouldn't say I get I think I'm just good at what I do, honestly. Yeah. Because like I know people who like, I don't know, it's like their personality has to do a lot to why I get hired. Because I know people who are like really good at like makeup, they're really good at it. I'm not gonna say I'm not good at it, because I think I am really good too, but I think it's also like the professionalism. Like, I know who I'm dealing with, I know like what I'm dealing with, and I don't overdo and I don't underdo. Yeah. You know, I just give what I'm there for. And then like if the energy is different, like if I feel like, oh, like they're like more open person, then like, you know, I'll laugh, like, but sometimes I just mind my business. Like, if you don't talk to me, I don't talk to you. If you need something from me, ask me. I don't read minds. So like I know people who they'll cough and they think that you're supposed to offer them water. It's like, if you're not gonna ask me for water, I'm not gonna get you water. Like, you know what I mean? Yeah, like some people just like think that you're like on demand, and I think for me, I don't overextend myself, and I also don't like try to do below like the minimum. So I think that's it. And then I'm just very like, if I have something going on, like for instance, I've been here for a month filming this movie. Today, I hit everybody up that I'm gonna be back in town tomorrow. So it's like I'm reminding you. I'm gonna be the first one in your head Monday morning whenever you're like, we have a shoot on Tuesday, and they're gonna be like, okay, Amadora hit me up yesterday, so let's give her the job. So I hit everyone up all the time, like, cause I think that's the only thing that kind of keeps me in line. Whenever I'm like on this job, like I've been here for a month, so it's like people have been hitting me up for jobs, and I've been having to give them to other people. But it's like, don't hit those people up because I'm back in town, you know? Yeah, so you just gotta remember. No, but the thing is, like, if I'm busy, I'll give them to whoever. But yeah, there are like certain people that I work with that like I would prefer if they would hit me up. And then I just check in, like, hey, like, y'all got anything going on this week? Like, it's always about tapping back in, like reminding people, because people get like busy as well.
And they forget.
Yeah. They do forget. And like, as long as you just keep hitting them up, like, I think that's really what got the ball going. Because I was with a group of girls who, like, you know, I was with a group of girls who had a makeup team, but it's like, I don't know, like one person wanted to be in charge. You know, she wanted to be like the one that was like, I'm the reason why you have your career. And it was kind of like, no. Yeah. So I had to like distance myself from that, but I learned other ways how to like stay in the loop. Yeah.
That's something I need to like keep in mind too. Because I don't do that. I feel like me staying relevant, like, to people is just like posting on social media. Right. You know, but it's like tapping in directly or texting people or letting them know.
That's why I hit you up. I'm like, hey.
For real, like, this wouldn't have happened if you hadn't hit me up, you know? Yeah. I didn't even know you were in town.
Yeah, because it's so crazy.
I'm so, like, I was working. So it's like I have I hang out with the same people. So those people, it's a group message. I'm in town. I'm off today. Let's do something. Yeah. But it's not so much like, I'll post like Houston, like here, but I was working like literally for 3 weeks.
So what brought you into town? I mean, you said you're working on a movie, but
yeah, so it's a Christmas movie. It's called A Hip Hop Christmas Wedding. So it's a part 2 of a movie we did last year. And the producer's from Houston. So yeah, he's just been filming here. Most of the team comes from Louisiana and Atlanta, but you know, Houston, like, I don't know, he's from Houston. That's where he wants to do it. And yeah, it's pretty cool. It should be coming out like early December, I think. But I mean, it's cool. Yeah, it's really nice. And the thing is, like, I left here so young, like, that I'm still like a tourist, you know, like in Houston. Like, there's so many places I haven't been. And
there's new places. Yeah, there's new places.
Yeah, there's so many though. It's crazy. And even like the neighborhoods that we were in, like we were in Tomball. Like, Tomball is crazy. They have like big ass house that they film a lot of stuff in. And I didn't know that that house is like, it's like a landmark, but like they film stuff, they like have weddings there, they have events there. And you know, they're like, you're from here, you didn't know that this was like a thing? And I was like, no, like, I want to come back. Like, I'm all talking to everyone on set, like, how can I come back? But I mean, they have a team, like, because there's not so many production companies out here, so the production companies that are out here, they use the same people, you know. And like, I think one girl like left for maternity leave for like 6 months, so she gave like another girl the job, you know. But it's not so much. There's not a lot. I mean, it's getting there, but it's not like a lot.
Yeah, it's not enough yet.
For me, yeah. Like, I would be down to be bi-coastal. I'm like, I will be down. I have flight points. I'll do that just to like come and meet some people so I can come back.
Yeah, because I feel like Houston is becoming more kind of not like it. I've never been to LA, so I don't know, you know. But I just know it's like this crazy like production, creative space or whatever. But I feel like Houston is starting to like get to that point, but obviously not to that point. But I do have like I've networked with a lot of people. We get a lot of people that do a lot of work, directors, photographers, videographers, or whatever. But
it's just crazy because I think you just like we have to put ourselves in that world, you know, because like I know people who are here that aren't in the creative world. They don't like know too much like about even podcasts and stuff like that, or like how to film it or what goes behind it. And there are people here that do it like digital, like editing. Like a guy does editing, but he does it like for all these different like, I don't even know how to say it, like short films and stuff like that here in Houston. And he's the one that's like telling me like they always need makeup artists, you know, but like out here, like you have to tell like men that they need makeup artists, you know, like they're not gonna just sit here and be like, oh, I need a makeup artist. So he's just like, yeah, like these guys, their hair, like they need their hair retwisted, they need chapstick, they need lotion, like little stuff. He's like, and so I think like we could budget you to have you like on this short film. But like he has so much work, but his what he does is just different. He does like editing. So like I think a lot of people need editing. So he's busy out here. So like, yeah, I think you just have to put yourself in that world. Like if I work like at the, like, I don't know, like if I work like in a courtroom, like I would only know like courtroom shit, you know, like I wouldn't know too much of. So yeah,
which
for
is,
sure put yourself.
It's crazy because every time we do have a guest, like we've had a comedian, his cousin, and it's like its own world.
It is.
So it's like you coming and it's basically the same thing, right? Like you just have to be in it or, you know, get in it and then you just go from there.
Yeah, because once you're in the world, it becomes small. Like, you know, like, I don't know. Like, I feel like I know the makeup artist, like the main makeup artist here in Houston. Like, I know those girls. But it's because I was invited into that world. Like, I came out here for like a shoot. And then, like, they were working on a model from LA out here. And it was one girl and her assistant. But then I was looking at her page and, like, she works on everyone. Like, Erica Men. Like, anytime anybody comes from LA, they call her. Like, she's point of contact because she was just, like, the first person put on to these people. Her name is Veronica or Vicky. I think they call her Vicky. I forget her last name. But, yeah, she's, like, a Hispanic girl. And she's fire. Like, she does really good work. But she does, like, whoever put her on, like, now everyone just contacts her. And then, like, she has, like, a few assistants under her that if she's not available, they'll get them. So, yeah, every time, like, I see, like, Golden Barbie or Erica Mena or, I don't know, Lil Baby's, like, baby mama, like, sometimes, like, they'll post her and I'm just like, dang, who's the makeup artist? And you see her name, like, at the bottom. I'm like, oh, okay, I know it. You know?
Like, she's like, who
killing
was
it again.
Dang. And is it, like, financially, do you feel like it's worth what you're doing?
I think it is. I mean, the thing with me, I don't turn anything down. So, like, even if it's something so boring, like, if it's hair and makeup, I'm going to be there. Like, I just think, yeah, I think it's all about, like, the hustle is just different. Like, I get called to come into work sometimes at 4 a.m. because someone wants to have a beat down before a flight, you know? And I just got to be available. So I just think it is worth it. I like it because it's easy. Like, I'm on call sometimes.
Okay, I was about to ask you that. Do you feel like you're on call?
Yeah, I've gone to a whole brunch, like, got lit, and then they called me to go do makeup, and I'm like, I'll be there. Like, and I'm good. Like, I'm good. I'm just like, okay, like that. I've finished that, made my little money, and I'll meet you back out. Like,
yeah, because I was going to say, is it weird being on call, like, 24/7, basically, right? Or do you have days that you're like, nah, not today?
No, I never say no. If I'm available, I never say no. Like, ever. I think that's the trick to being successful, like,
in that world.
Or in any world. Like, anytime, like, you're able to do something if you have time and goes into what you do. Like, for instance, y'all squeezed me in because this is what y'all do. Like, y'all do this, and here we are. Like, and we're just, we're working, and it's what you like to do. It's what I like to do, and it's just like, you just can't say no. If you're available, don't say no. Like, because that shows like for her to call me at 4 a.m. She probably told another makeup artist to like wake up, and they said no, so she's gonna hit me up, and because she knows that I'm down to work at 4 a.m. she's probably gonna call me at 4 a.m. again, and I'm gonna go, because at the end of the day I just see a dollar sign with hands. So you know what I mean? Like,
no, yeah, for
sure. It's like, I think that's the trick, is to never say no. Like, I know people who like, I'll try to get like my lashes done, and they're like, oh well, I have something to do. I have my own plans. So if I'm available at that time, I'll hit you up. But it's like, okay, well, if you don't want to make the money, then don't. Like, go ahead and do your plans then. Like, I'll just call somebody else. Like, for me, and then I probably won't call you again unless I really need
So that leaves a bad taste in your mouth? Like, if somebody was to be like, nah, like...
Yeah, like, if someone told me no, like, imagine me telling somebody no, like a client no, and then they see me having drinks. Instead of like being on my shit, like, to me, it just lets, I mean, I don't care. At the end of the day, I don't care, but you're probably not going to be the first person I hit up the next time. You know what I mean? Like, even like with the girls that are in our group message, like, one girl always, like, she's not her, but specifically, but there's so many other people, like, they'll just be like, oh, like, I haven't worked in a long time. I haven't done this. But it's like, once we put that in the group message, the first person that hits me back deserves a job. Like, you're aware, your phone's on. My phone's always next to me, because, like, for me, it's like I'm waiting for something to come in, Some people, like, they don't care. They'll have their phone on Do Not Disturb. And it's like, I don't do that because I need to be disturbed. Like, if there's money on the other line, please disturb me.
Yeah, please disturb her.
Yeah.
All right. So we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back, right?
Okay.
And we are back. So we were talking a little bit on, like, when we were during break or whatever, and she was talking about how you sent emails, right, to your clients?
I sent emails to everyone and let them know that the price went up.
Is that like because you have like a client list, or is that because of your contracts that you sent out? Do you send contracts or no?
Well, that's the thing. Like, I like, there are different ways to do things. So I won't say I don't do contracts, but like, I do have like a number, like, depending on what it is, a music video, a photo shoot, a house call. So like, I think everything has a number, and I just state that ahead, like, beforehand, and then we just take it like however it happens. From there,
they accept it. If you don't mind me asking, you don't have to answer. What's your highest paid job?
Commercial. 3,000 for 5
for like
hours.
Really?
Commercials pay the most. Let's just say
like that. You did somebody's makeup for a commercial.
Yes, and it was probably like the easiest makeup I ever did in my life.
Because
like,
it's
moisturizer, chapstick, eyebrow gel, and that's it. A little hairspray. Yeah, most of the time, like, with working with male, like, doing like male.
That's
grooming,
for a male.
Yeah, for like male groom. Yeah, so could you imagine if it was a woman? But for male grooming, it's like like I always tell people, like, some people go to the army because they don't know what to do. The easiest thing is to work with male clients. Like, do male grooming and charge whatever you want, because guys don't know, like, that their elbows are ashy, or that they need chapstick, or like they need to like
describing me
brush.
right now?
No, or they gotta brush their like beard. No, I'm not. He looks fine. But like, you know what I mean? Or like eye boogers. Like, there's like certain things, or like some people like sweat a lot. Some people, I don't know, just some people, like, they always need to blow their nose. It's so many different things. So I think like it's the easiest thing to get paid on, because it's, for me, it's low maintenance, because I'm not having to keep up with an eyelash or a red lip, or, you know what I mean? You don't have to keep up with stuff like that, but
and guys still just don't know either.
They don't know, and if the production is paying for it, like, why like not? Why not ask for the highest price, and then we can talk about it.
For 5 hours, 3,000. That's really good.
It is, and that actually was recent. It was probably like 2 years ago when that happened, and I was like, damn. Like, after that, I was like, hold up, who do I need to talk to get on more of these? Commercials are hard, though, to get on. Not hard to get on, but there's like a union and a non-union. Right now, I'm not in the union, makeup union. And the benefits of a makeup union is like you get paid more, of course, because it's kind of like you have an agency and you have like, it's like top tier. It's like what ESPN, it's Lifetime, it's all of those things.
Why wouldn't you want to do that?
Oh, well, I do want to do it, but I'm not going to stress myself out to do it. You know what I mean? Like I'm doing okay, like being a freelancer for myself. But one of the main reasons why I do want to do it is because you get benefits, like, you know, like medical and insurance, like stuff like that. So I'm 28 and I got kicked off my mom's insurance at 26. So now I'm like, okay, like I think I got a few teeth I could work on, but am I going to pay out of pocket for that, or am I going to wait till I get to this makeup union? So I think that's like the good thing about it. And then like they really you have someone doing your numbers for you. Like for me, like I said, I'm shy about giving my own numbers. So I would have someone doing that and taking care of all of that for me. So that's kind of the benefits. But
so how do you get in? Like, do you have to apply?
Yeah, you have to apply. But before you apply, you have to have 60 consecutive hours of a union show. So you would have to be interning for 60 hours in a row, or within a year. It's like, I don't know. I forget. It's like a lot of stuff. It's a different steps to get it. Yeah, requirements for sure. But it's like, I want to, like, I have a friend who he was interning at this like Spanish like news station, and he was getting paid like, it wasn't they were paying him because they're nice. Like, everyone doesn't have to pay you, but they're like paying him $20 an hour, and he's like, just do it, like just get your hours and do it. But for me, I'm like, damn, to like tell someone who I get $300 for an hour that I can't make it because I'm doing this internship, it's like going backwards. So I just feel like there'll be a time where
I somebody posted this like a while back, and I told him that it's one of those things where like just like a regular school situation, right? Like, oh, if I in 2 years I'll be 30, right? So like we'll be 30 in 2 years, but am I gonna wait? I don't want to do, let's say, go back to school right now because it's gonna take 2 years. But then once the 2 years
are gonna pass regardless.
Yeah, exactly. Like, yeah. So
that's what I'm saying. I mean, look, I want to come back. I'm trying to figure it out. Like, my sister's a nurse. I'm like trying to be like, girl, I'll pay for your school to go for 1 more year to get your license to do like Botox and lip fillers, and let's just like open something up. So, you know, like, yeah, some things, I mean, 2 years is going to pass regardless. 4 years is going to pass regardless. So I think like if you want to do something, do it as soon as you can. Like, I'd rather get something over with so I can do something else after that. Yeah. Know? But I don't know if I can afford getting paid $20 an hour for 60 days. Like, I don't think so. Like, maybe one day, but not right now.
Over there is just way more expensive, right? Everything.
It is. So. Just like to fill up my gas. And I drive a Nissan. Like, that's the thing. Like, I'm not in that phase where I'm trying to keep up with the Joneses. Like, I'm really enjoying where I'm at, you know? And like, I don't know. Like, I think that like I get... Like, it works out in my favor because I honestly, like, what I do, like, is because my clients, like, they appreciate me and they take me on these journeys and these places with them. Even though it's work, I still can indulge a little bit. But it's still work at the end of the day. And I think, like, they know, like, oh, like, if Amadora comes and we're in Miami turning up till 5 a.m., she will still wake up at 7 to be ready for work, you know? So I think it's like a trust thing that I've, like, done.
Gained,
yeah, that I've gained with them. And that's why I like am able to indulge on their activities. Yeah, you know what I mean?
Okay, because we wanted to talk about that too. Like, you travel a lot, so
I do, but it's with my client. Yeah, like he really has shown me a lot, like the world, like a lot of things. But it's because I feel like I know how to indulge, but not overindulge whenever it does come to work. Like, I always tell my friends, like, it would be different if we were out there together, but with them, like, it's an experience for sure, but it's always going to be different when you're with your friends, you know? Yeah. I keep it chill. Like you have to. Even though some days, like, there are some days I'll get lit and I'll, like, let me go take a shower, let me go take a nap, and I'm going to come back outside and act like I'm okay because, you know, sometimes I can get a little carried away.
So whenever you're posting that you're, like, at the beach or that's, like, work?
Most of the time it's work. There's been, like, 3 vacations that I've gone on, but most of the time it is work. Yeah,
I think that's a smart way to do it, though, right? Just enjoy your life.
It is a smart way.
Yeah,
man, I feel like for me, like, the vision's there. Like, if you, I keep telling, like, I told myself, like, oh, I want to do this, and I don't know, like an opportunity will come up where what I said that I wanted to do just happens, you know?
Yeah.
And I really just like, yeah, I just like, I know how to stick to the script. And then I don't know, like even like with the whole, like you were saying, like it's expensive out there and like the rates and stuff. Like there's been times where like I've told my client or a client, hey, like I need a raise, and they didn't really like that, and they didn't hit me up for 3 months. But in those 3 months, I was still pushing myself out there, and even more than I was before, because then I realized that client wasn't working with me. So I pushed myself more, and I met so many other people, and it's kind of like at first I was like, damn, like I lost this client, you know. But then like I gained like 3 other clients that aren't necessarily like taking me like on vacation, doing all these things, but they are still like, I'm still like working with them, getting like in different like
you're building the relationships
and just different things that you wouldn't even know. Like I started working with this one company where they do like concerts and stuff in the metaverse, like, and it's just weird because everything is pixelated. So I'm just like literally making this person look perfect, so when they're pixelated, it looks like them, you know what I mean? So I would have never gotten to that world if I was like out of town or whatever. So I don't know, I just think like we overthink sometimes, and you just gotta like really calm down and just stick to the script. Like I'm still a makeup artist. Like even though like this person's not working with me, I'm still a makeup artist. So there's 700 other people that are looking for a makeup artist. So you just gotta push yourself into other people's direction.
And it really is one of those, like everything does happen for a reason.
It does, like it really does. But it's scary sometimes, you know. Like I'm not gonna lie. Like I'll like think about it in that moment. And then, like, once the picture gets bigger, then I'm like, okay. And then, you know, like, you start doing your own thing. And I feel like when you're trapped, like, mentally, when you're trapped, like, thinking about something, it bothers you. So you can never get out and see, like, what you can do for yourself. So for me, I, like, gave myself 3 days, like, to, like, be like, damn, like, I don't know if this person's going to work with me anymore. Mm-hmm. But then, like, after that, it's like, okay, I still got to make money. So, like, you know, I got to, And then when you do that, and I feel like, in hindsight, like when that person sees you doing your thing, they're like, oh, let me hit her up and tell her we miss her. Like, come back. You get too far now. Like, you're out of reach at this point. So
what about like, what's your you know, because like, well, as we're talking, like I see that you're just like a busybody, right?
Yeah.
I feel like obviously your world's completely different from like Roland's, but he's the same way. Like busybody, stays consistent with like everything that he's doing, right? And what's your thought like in like depression and like the mental stuff?
So my thought is you have to feel every emotion, it's good. I think it's good to feel your emotion, whether you're angry, sad, happy, confused, you know. But for me, like I'm like a busybody. Like I can't stay like in my room. Like I can stay in it, but it puts me in a dark space. Like I'm a hiker. I like to hike. I like to just, like, be outside. And then when you're outside and you do, like, healthy things for yourself, you're just, like, you learn to pick up the pieces and, like, you know, like, okay, like, I'm just going to get in shape now. Or, like, I'm just going to, you know, clean my room. I'm going to, like, organize these things. I'm going to clean up my makeup kit. Like, that's, like, the biggest thing, too. Like, when I clean up my makeup kit and I, like, make everything look nice, I'm, like, I feel like I'm feeding my kit, like, okay, more money, like we're getting more jobs, more, like I'm cleaning it, like this is gonna look so good for whoever looks at my kit. Like it's like things, I do things like that, you know. Like I've never been one to like sulk in my feelings, and I think that's why I've been in LA so long, because there's been many times where I was like, I need to come home. Like I would call my mom, like I'm ready to come home, and she'll be like, why? And it would be like something dumb, like, oh, like I was talking to this guy and, you know, he hates me now, so now I want to come home. And she's like, you're not there for him. Like, you're there to work. And she just constantly reminds me. So having, like, my mom especially, like, is another thing. But just, like, knowing that, like, what is the goal? Like, what are you there for? Like, what are you trying to do? And, like, yeah, literally just that. And so, literally, I hike, I exercise, I organize. I think organizing, having your place clean and everything just, like, where you want it, writing things down. That's what keeps me out of my head, out of my feelings, or even like when there is something bothering me, I write it down and I try to, like, you know, you read it and you continue to read it and read it and read it, and then like you think later, like, damn, like there's like an easy option on how to fix that or like to do that. So yeah, that's how like I've learned. I know like everyone has their own thing. I have a friend that she shops anytime like something bad goes down, she shops. But you know, like I'm just like, girl, that credit card bill is gonna be expensive. Like, you know what I mean? All because she's sad or like mad or
and it's crazy because you are super busy, and I feel like I'm super busy to the point where I don't go to the gym just because I feel like I want to go to the gym. You know, I used to go to the gym all the time, but then I'm like, when it comes time to go to the gym, I'm just like, man, I'm just gonna not go so I can use that hour and a half or whatever to work more.
Yeah, to do more of your thing.
How do you push yourself to want to go hiking and do all that stuff? Do you, like?
I just know that when I'm done doing it, it feels good. Like, you know, because I'm like that too.
Because my thought is like, man, I'm gonna be at the gym when I could be working. Like, or you don't think like, oh, I'm gonna go hiking.
Well, I'm gonna be honest. Like, I hate talking about work. Like, it's weird because like, I feel like I'm always zoned into work. When I'm at work, that when I'm out of work, it's just like, okay, like, let me just like try to have like a normal life. Like,
or like a breather.
Or it's not even a breather because I don't even feel like when I'm at work, it's work. You know what I mean? Like, I'm there and I'm just having fun and I'm doing what I need to do. The only thing that sucks about work is like if they have you in the heat all day. Like, if I'm in the heat, like, I'm just like, damn, I have to be here for 7 hours. Like, I think that's like the hard part about it. You know what I mean? But like everything else is so easy. So it's like when I'm out, like when I'm not working, I'm just like, you know, like what are other things I like to do? I like to go to the beach. I like to go hiking. I like to, of course, shop. I like to, I'm just like because you say I'm busy, but like I'm not really that busy sometimes, you know, like sometimes like I'm only working once a week, you know, like 1 day a week. It's who, like what's going on, like what production companies are hiring or who's doing this or who's doing that. So like, on my off days, I still try to be active. I don't watch TV. I've never been like a YouTuber. I love music. Like, I like music and I like to go to restaurants. I like to eat. And like, you know, but I just think if I have like, I'm never really in a like mentally depressed space because like, unless like, okay, how do I even restate that? Like, I never get like depressed or things. It's the only time that really happens is if there's no work. Like, if I go 2 weeks without working, it's like, okay, like that's when I start like, okay, I'm gonna sit my ass inside the house. I'm really gonna think about like how I can get out there and like get more money or like just, you know what I mean? And it's crazy because it's like, it sounds like money, but it's like, that's literally what keeps me active. Like, if I don't have no money, I can't do anything. Even if it's like go to the museum, like, you know, like, just, I have to have something to keep me active because that's just who I am. I'm an adventurous person.
Yeah.
So.
Financially, do you have, like, goals? Like, you're like, I have to make so much money in a week or so much money per day?
I'm bad.
Or is it just if I get paid and then I know I'm good for, like, 2 weeks?
No, I always, okay, so this is how, because my stepdad is an accountant. So he really, 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 especially me, because I'm very bad with managing my money. So anytime I get paid, I throw it that way. And then whatever I have remainder is for me, you know? And then, you know, like and whatever's remainder is for me. But if I want to go on a trip, I have to like be like, all right, let me put some of this away, you know? But so like I'm bad with it, but I mean, I feel like I always know like, okay, this is what I need for my bills. And then anything after that is for me, you know? So no, I always make sure I have what I have to take care of what needs to be taken care of. And then I realize like the rest is for me. And the thing with me is like, I'm not really like in LA, like everyone's so superficial, like egotist, like everyone wants like the new Fendi bag, the Prada shoes, the Michael Kors, like everyone just wants all these branded things. I've never like been like that. Like, I just feel like, I don't really know how to cherish like things. Like I'll get some shoes and if I fuck them up at a concert, well then the hell with those shoes. Like bye. You know, like I'm not someone that like, I can't keep sneakers for 5 years and like them look brand new or I can't keep like.
So you don't feel the need to keep up with people?
No, or, like I like trend. Like I like trend. Like I love clothes. I like things, but I don't like. I'm just like, I think my personality brings more to the table than what I wear. You know what I mean? Like, I've never had to be like one of those people to put like a Gucci bag so people like think I'm cool. Like, I think I'm already cool. Like, I come in and I think I'm cool and you either vibe with me or don't. And the thing is too, is like whenever, and I like work on my character, like I build character, like I'm a very outgoing person, but I'm also that person that if you feel like you're better than me, I want you to tell me why. And I'm not going to ask you why. I'm just going to keep talking to you You're like
you'll figure it out.
Yeah, but you're like two wording me. So I'm gonna be like, how's your day? And you're gonna be like, good. And I'm gonna be like, oh, who are you here with? You know, because at the end of the day, everybody always wants to know who you're here with. So I want to know who you're here with to make you feel entitled, you know? So I just keep talking. And at the end of the conversation, they end up liking me. And it's like, you know, like, don't try to be too cool. Like, just like be normal. Like, if, I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, some people just have that kind of personality where they just think that they're just too cool. Like, and it's just like, well, if you think you're too cool, I need you to show me why. Show me why.
That's a good way to look at it, I guess. Because I feel like I've been in the situations, because like you said, with my family and like people that I'm comfortable with, like I could be loud, you know?
Right.
But if I'm like at work, I'm just like keeping to myself, you know? But I've been in situations where I feel like I do talk to somebody and I feel like they think they're too cool. Yeah. But to me, it's just like, I don't even like...
But that's some people will be like, oh, like they'll try to stay out their way because the vibe that they're getting from them, you know. But my vibe is like, I'm gonna break through that shit. Like, why?
Yeah, I think that's...
Why do you think you're too cool? Like, is it because you think you're his best friend? What does he got to do with you? Like, that's what I'm like. I need to know. Or, you know, because normal people don't act like that. You're obviously going through something. You have there's something happening here that you just feel like you're entitled. And the thing is, I don't even know who you are, so why would I treat you that you're better than me?
Yeah,
like,
I think
never.
I'd be like, I don't got time for this shit. I'm just walking.
And I got all the time. Look, I got all the time. I'm just like, so let's talk.
So who are you here with?
Yeah, who are you here with?
You have any side hustles?
Side hustles? Yeah. I mean, I don't know. No, I don't think so. Like, honestly, no, just makeup and hair. That's all I do. I wish I had a side.
What do you like to do more, makeup or hair?
I like both, but makeup is like more in the range that I like feel creative in. Like, yeah, I feel like it's like most creative. Everyone's face is different. Everyone's skin tone's different. They ask for different looks. It just depends. Hair is like curl it, throw it up, do something. You know, it's like the basic things. So I am more creative in makeup. Yeah, it's more my vibe.
Who are some of the like craziest people that you work with?
Some of the craziest people?
Yeah. Well, like crazy
like,
that you...
He's crazy. No, I'm just kidding. No, I mean, like, I've had like different experiences with a lot of people. Like, some things have gone completely south. There's been a set that I've been on where, you know, like, someone pulled a gun out on set and they like tried to trap us all in a room, and the artist was like, don't you ever trap me in a room, you know, like, he's like, I'm from the hood, and I'm not gonna say who it is, but he's like, I'm from the hood, don't you ever trap me in a room. And it's like, bro, there's like this random person on set that had a gun. So for me, like, that was a crazy experience. But we've always also had experiences where like people are just too lit. There's people that like you wouldn't even think of that do the wildest things, like you know, there's something really popular in LA. It's like they put like air. It's like this gas that they put in a balloon.
Yeah, I know.
And it's like a new thing. And they try to take my phone on set because the artist wanted to do that. I'm like, I will leave right now. Like, I'm not going to give you...
So you don't like record them and stuff like that?
Yeah, but like for me, it's like I'm at work. So if that's what you want to do at work, you're not going to take my phone because he wants to be on drugs. Like, and if that's what he wants to do...
Kind of like the whippets?
Whippets. That's like what it's called. No, they're whippets. But instead of everyone doing it from the thing, they put it in a balloon now. So everyone has their own individual thing. Which, hey, get it how you live. If that's what you want to do, that's what you want to do. But don't try to take my phone while I'm at work.
So you don't let them take your phone?
No. I mean, unless, look, like, we had a tiger on set one time, and flash, like, they're sensitive to flash. So, like, having not a wild tiger, but having a tiger on set and then, like, having people around the tiger. I don't want, like, me accidentally to have a flash and like the tiger go crazy. So I would give my phone up for something like that. Yeah,
you know when it's like...
Yeah, but I'm not going to give my phone up because you got a wife and you want to be nasty on set. Hell no. Yeah. Like, do your job, go home so we can all go home. Because, you know, at this point, you're just being weird. Like, yeah, we're trying to take my phone so you can be bad. Like,
it's kind of like that movie Nope. You seen that Nope movie? Mm-hmm. You know how that chimp went crazy?
Yeah, that was like crazy, right? That was actually like...
Dude, my son Milo is like...
Scared of monkeys now?
No, he's because of that movie.
I would have been too because that was scary.
You know what is crazy though? That movie Annabelle, like the scary movies, he'll sit down and freaking watch them. But he saw this movie because of him, and now he's so terrified
of
like
chimps. But don't take them to the zoo. But they are scary. It's so sad though. Like that was scary.
Yeah, it was just. Yeah,
but yeah, like I don't want to be the reason why this tiger went and bit somebody. You know, so I'm definitely gonna give you my phone because sometimes your flash is on and like you never know.
If you have it in your pocket
I'll be like,
or something.
hey, your flash is on.
Yeah.
So like for reasons like that, I will. But I mean, yeah, I've had some crazy experiences with a lot of people.
So being like your top.
Top. I mean, we can say that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll say that.
Did you do his makeup or you were just
I touched him up a few times.
Oh,
like
okay.
so I there's like a head of department, key, and then assistants. And so the key kind of got him ready. And then once he goes out into the sun and stuff, like it's our job to maintain.
It's for like music video stuff?
Yeah, music video stuff. So
what
like,
about a girl?
The girls are really the craziest girls are the vixens, like they'll have lashes like this and they'll want me to put a whole nother one on top of that. I'll be like, girl, you're not gonna waste my lashes. Put them down. Like, you already got enough lash. You know what I mean? Like, imagine having these and then like she comes in with these and then like I do her makeup and she's like, do you got any lashes to put on top of these to double them? And I'm just looking at her like, no. First of all, your ass is fat. That's why you're here. Go put some lotion on. Get your ass out there. You know what I mean? God. You gotta humble them because they'll try to take all your shit. You know what I mean? Like, I pay for my own stuff. So you have lashes on. They look great. I don't know why you want more. Those are the craziest ones, I think, because I've worked with a few girls, and girls, like, we know what we like, so it's not like that, but I don't know, like, he's a dancer. I don't know if I should be. He's a dancer, and it was cold. One day it was so cold, and it was like 4 a.m. or like 3 a.m., and like his dancers weren't like moving right. And he was like, bro, like we rehearsed this many times. He's like, y'all really about to start making me act like a nigga? He like said that on set, and everybody was like, we were like, what did he No, that day I was like, oh, he done lost his goddamn mind. So like, you know what I mean? Like when he said that, I was looking at him like my mouth was on the floor. I was like, oh my God. But he has a lot of personality too. So
let's take this last break and
we'll be right back.
We'll be right back. And we are back. So we were talking, off camera again, like we always do. She had some crazy stories, right? That she was telling us about.
Yeah, but
before we get into those.
No, we don't have to repeat the stories or anything. But who's the one who's like? I mean, you can name them or not, but like, who's giving you the most trouble on set? Like,
or you can name him and he'll
you name him.
The most trouble on set, the diva. We got a lot of divas, but I mean, it's gonna be my current client.
Oh, diva.
Oh, really?
He's a diva. Yeah,
he don't even look like that.
I love him though. I love him, and honestly, he too taught me how you should carry yourself to like, show people that you're serious about what you do. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So like, even though he is a diva, he also has a method to the madness. Because for instance, like he's a guy. He takes 20 minutes tops to get ready from makeup to hair to wardrobe, if he doesn't need a haircut. And then, a female or another actress will come in and she takes 2 hours to get ready. So why are they both there at the same time? You know what I mean? His call time should be later because he only needs 20 minutes. She needs 2 hours. So he's just going to be sitting in the trailer. So he gets mad. He's like, why am I here? Like, and he'll let it be known, like, why am I here? So like, for me, it's like, yeah, why is he here? Like, like his time is valuable. And I think that's how, like, you should, or for me, it's like, yeah, time is very valuable. And it shouldn't be wasted just because because you didn't know how to time things. So I would say, like, the most trouble, I would, like, the most, we be having a lot of having to teach people things because, like, some people just don't understand that time is money. So, yeah, he's, like, probably the most diva, but we have there's other people that are just mean. With
him, I feel like the way I know him is as a mama's boy.
Yeah, he's the only child.
Not because like because of one of the movies that he came out on.
Oh yeah. I don't know what movie was it.
The one with Kevin Hart.
Are you the one? I mean,
are we gonna name them, or do we like?
No, I mean, I don't know, but yeah, that's the only reason why.
Oh, he's so sweet. He's a good guy. He's a good person to work for. You know, I've been working with him since 2016, so you know, he's showed me a lot of things, and also just like you demanding respect. You know, I'm a respectful person, so you should definitely respect me, and. Yeah, but there's so many other people that are just mentally just crazy.
Have you ever walked out from a job?
I have, but it was more so because of the person I was working for, not so much because of the
person you were working on.
No, it was I was her assistant, so I left on her job because she just wasn't making sense. You know, some people just like power. I feel like there's different people in the world. Like there are people who've never like had the chance and was like bullied and all these things, so now that they have like some kind of like movement like for other people, they just want like all the power and they forget about like the bigger picture. You're like, we're a makeup artist, you're not my boss, you're not my agent. I'm here to make you look good and you're here to make me look good, you know? So but that specific situation, like she was just going in and it was just weird because it was like you're getting on topic of like what we're here for. Like you just want, you're mad because like I'm like networking with someone that you think is your client. But like if they're talking to me and they're asking me for my information, I'm gonna give it to them. And I feel like it should be like that for everyone. Like if I send a girl on a job or if I send one of my makeup friends on a job and that person likes them better than me, I'm not gonna get mad because they called them. Like I'll be like, damn, like what did you do that I didn't do, you know? But I'm not gonna be mad that they want to work with her or them or whoever it is. It's not like my problem at that point. Like if they're gonna call you because they like the way you did their makeup better, then that's not. Yeah. I can't take that from you. And you know, some people just like control, and I think that's where like in LA with networking and stuff, that's where things get tricky because people always like. I have a friend that he just, you know, he knows people who shoot music videos and do things. But if he gives me the job, he wants a finder's fee. Like he wants me to give him $100 out of that thing. And for me, if that's how you make your business go, that's cool. But I don't think that's fair unless like I sign something like, you know, that you're like my agent or something like in that way. But I don't think I have to give you $100. Like you, especially if you didn't come to the set, you didn't even see if I was good, if I needed water or anything. You're just saying, hey, I recommended you to this job, so for me giving you that job, I need $100. Like that's crazy. To me, it's bad. It's just weird, but some people like that's just how they make money, I guess. So
I don't know, because that kind of goes with how, because we give a lot of like gems and stuff like on here, or to people like they'll come and ask us stuff because we have our clothing brands and stuff. So they'll come in and we'll let them know what blanks we use. We'll let them know who we print with, stuff like that. And then I feel like a lot of people worry to give out like their secrets and stuff just because they don't want to get surpassed. But I feel like if it ever comes to a point where somebody surpasses me or does better than me, then I'm not going to be mad at them. It's just like, well, I got to keep up like with or be better than what they're doing.
Everyone
like,
has their own crowd. Everyone has their own style of doing things. And that's what makes things you differ from the next person, you know? Yeah, I've just never been like that. I feel like I am like ultimately without having what everyone else has, I am a trendsetter, you know, like I'm like, you know, I live in a Latin community and I'm like a mixed girl. So like extensions, I was the first person to have extensions before like Latinas started getting straight hair extensions. I was getting curly hair extensions, but you know, like I felt like I was like the first person. They would ask me, what stores do you go to? I'll go to this little beauty shop in South Houston. Then everybody started going there, you know, like it's just like, but I'm not going to be, I can't say like I started the trend, because for me, it's like I just wanted longer curly hair, you know, like I wanted my hair to be long like yours. Now you just want like blonde, you know what I mean? Like whatever you want. But I don't think that like, for me, it's just like, is like some people just don't know. Like they don't know. Like, and I've never been the type to be like, oh, well, I did this, like I put you onto that. Like it's weird. Like when people do that to me, it's like, that's so weird. It hurts my feelings actually, because I've had people do that to me and it's just like you don't allow me to like have like any, like, you always want credit for my success, like, you know, and it's like, it's weird because like you have your own thing going on as well. And like these people wouldn't hit you up if they didn't like what you were doing. So like you have that to like lay on. And yes, like you brought me onto this project and I met these people for like on that project, but it's not because of you on why these people like hire me. Like it's just weird. Like
because at some point you had to put in some work to get to that
or
point
to
too,
catch
you know?
people's eye. And I always tell people, like, people ask me too, like how do, like, you ask me how do like people like keep hiring you or whatever. My mom always taught me, like, when you look good and you feel good, and when you look good, like, people are drawn to you, you know. Like, so I go on set sometimes and I just like dress up, like it's just my thing. Like I like to get dressed. Like I don't ever go anywhere like looking tirada, is what my mom says. It's just not my vibe. Like I don't like to look like I just woke up, or like I didn't care about getting dressed or whatever. So like usually it's like girls like ask me like, oh, what liner is that, or what's that lip color? It's like that's how like random conversation starts. Or I like your pants, or like it's like that, and then it breaks the ice, and then now we're cool, you know. Like, so I feel like I've always gotten like, the goal is to make sure that when the people go home at the end of the day, they remember like, oh, that girl in the green pants, you know what I mean? Or that girl, like, you know, like, even if it wasn't the green pants, I have people like, oh, you're always so happy. Like, why are you always smiling? And it's like, oh, I'm not going to be here mad all day. Like, what am I mad at? Like, but some people feel like they have to have that persona to be like resting bitch face all day. Like, it's not my vibe. Like, I don't know. If sometimes I am busy, like I have to like invoices that I have to do while I'm on set. So if I'm like, I'll have my head down or whatever. And that's probably like the only time that I'm not like trying to network. You know what I mean? Like little stuff like that. So I think it's things like that, because even like when I go to set sometimes, like I did like a Christina Milian thing, and one guy was all like, he thought I was her, and I was like,
to tell you.
Do you know who Christina Milian is? Like, I was looking at him, he was all like, hey, like, and I was like, hey, like walking like all excited because I thought he knew. And then he was like, Christina Milian, this is your room. And I was like, no, I'm not Christina Milian. I'm her makeup artist. It was crazy.
Wait, you did her makeup?
Yes, like back in, I assisted someone that did her makeup, so I was doing retouches and stuff.
So
it was
did she tell you that she felt you looked like her?
No, like, you know, no.
Is that the first time they tell you look like her?
I mean, I hear so many different things, but no, I've heard people tell me like I look like her. I get Jordan Woods. I get like the weirdest people. Raven Simone. Like, no, I hate that shit. But I think it's my my expressions, like my facial expressions. Like,
I don't see certain things. Raven.
No, but everyone has, like, they say all types of things. The girl that comes in Love and Basketball, what's her name?
The main, I don't know her name. I'm really bad with names, but I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, they say her.
No,
like,
I don't see that.
Tanashi, like, I don't know. It's just like, I think it's a mixed girl thing. Like, they just think that all mixed girls look alike.
But I see it with Christina
Milian.
Yeah, I see it with her.
It was just so funny though, because it's just like things like that. Or like on set, I'll go and I'll be like coming with all my stuff, and they'll be like, oh, are you talent? Are you talent? I'm like, I'm not talent. So it's just like the way you come to work and the way you present yourself, always smile. Like, those are little things that my mom taught me just growing up. Like, just growing up.
Where's your mom from?
My mom is from Alvin, Texas.
Oh, okay.
Yep, she's from here.
Did she speak Spanish?
She does. Yep.
So your grandparents are from?
So my grandma is from, honestly, like, what part of Mexico, I don't know. But yeah, I have family from Mexico. Yeah. That's where my mom, my Mexican side of the family comes from. And then my dad's side comes from
I honestly wouldn't have thought like you were like Mexican.
Mexican? What do I look like?
I would think like Puerto Rican.
And a lot of people think that.
Yeah.
A lot of people do think
that. Yeah, because we were talking about it on the way over here, right?
Yeah, because he's like, is she mixed?
She's mixed, right?
And like, I'm like, I think so.
Mexican and black, baby. It's so crazy because, like, I grew up, like, with my Mexican side more. Because, like, you know, like, the Caribbean's different. Like, we eat, like carne asada. We, like, do all that. My dad doesn't eat meat at all. He's, like, all seafood. And then whenever I went to cosmetology school, it was at Dobie, and the black girls would always ask me like, why don't you have an accent? And I'm like, what kind of accent? Because my mom's like, you know, Mexican. Yeah. But my dad's French. Like, he has a French accent. So they were asking about the country accent, like the way they talk. Like, they think I talk they say white girl, but I'm like, it's proper. Like, it's not white, you know? Like, the accent comes out every now and then. Like, if I'm like with my mom's side and everyone's rolling their R's and shit. But I don't have like an accent, like the country accent is what they were asking me about. And they were like, yeah, you just talk like you're white and this, that. And I'm just like, no, it's proper.
I did think you were half black, half white.
Yeah.
I didn't think you were like Mexican at all.
Yeah, no,
I could see that too,
Mexican.
right?
The what?
The black and white. Half black, half
My sister, I have a sister that's
white.
black and white, and her hair is like blonde as hell. Like, she has her white side for sure.
Really?
But we look just alike. But she's just a little more yellow. She's just more yellow.
Do you ever come back home and people treat you different? Like,
yeah.
Like, oh,
that's like my main
like
thing.
Hollywood or some shit like that.
Yeah, they do. But at the end of the day, like, if you know me, they know that I'm cool. Like, if anything, I always try to put everyone on. Like, anyone that goes, not put them on, but like, I try to show everyone the city. When I first moved to LA, a lot of people who, you know, like, didn't really fuck with me in high school, like, started fucking with me. And to be honest, like, there are some people that I remember that they were like assholes. So I'm like, I'm gonna let them follow me and I'm gonna unfollow them. Like, you know, just because it's just my thing. Like, I'm not gonna fuck with you now that you wanna think that, like, you know, like I made it or something. Like, it's just weird because I don't know, like, even though like people are like, oh, like, you're Hollywood, you're this, like, it's a job at the end of the day and I'm able to be in these environments, but that still like doesn't change who I am. I'm still me. I like to hang out with my authentic friends. I have my 3 girlfriends out here that I hang out with, and all of us are different in our own way, but career-wise, we do different things as well. So, yeah, you do get those people that think you're Hollywood, but also I'm very spoiled, like, out here. Like, people want to take me out, like, and it's just weird because it's like, I don't know. It's like a lucky charm. It's like a bracelet. And then like, they just want to take me out just to be like, oh, like, this is my homegirl from LA. Like, you know, kind of shit. Yeah. And I'm just like,
yeah, whenever he told me, cause we had talked about like having you, cause we have like a list, but this whole time, like, we were like, damn, I never even thought like to reach out to be like, when are you coming to Houston?
Yeah.
You know, and then
cause it's
like,
so random.
And that's cause I felt like we would know when you were here.
Yeah.
So it's like, if I ever saw that you were coming over here, then I'd be like, oh, let me reach out.
Yeah.
You know? But,
yeah.
And then when he's like, oh, she sent me a message or whatever, and I'm like, oh, that's badass, yes. And then we're like, fuck, and he's like, she's leaving on Monday. I'm like, oh my god.
I know.
So I mean, I'm glad we were able to make it happen, honestly, because it's good to see like, you know, how everything's going with you, and I'm glad everything's
pretty much catch up.
Yeah.
You guys are killing it too. Shit.
I appreciate it. Do you ever? I just have a question. Do you ever want to get credited, like,
on like posts,
on stuff like that? Yeah, like, let's say like you do somebody's like.
I feel like it's respectful to credit if you are crediting people. You know what I mean? Like, if you're
known to credit people.
If you're crediting someone, like, some people only think it's good to credit like the producer and the director, you know. But if you're gonna credit them, you might as well credit the whole team. Yeah. But I mean, at the same time, people also like, just like you're like, don't give away gems. Like, people won't credit me because they want me to be available for them all the time, so they don't want me to have more clientele. You know, it's just, everyone has a strategy. But for me, like I said, like, I'm not really a big person on posting my work. Like, it's very. I was gonna say, I'm not big on posting my work just because I just feel like I don't see the hype in it. Like, it's what I do for work, and you know, it was fun in the beginning. Like, it was fun because I never. Like, I knew that I wanted to do that, but for how it happened and, like, how fast it happened, it was, like, it was a time. But, like, once you're, like, in that environment a lot, it just becomes work, like, strictly work. Like, unless I really like you.
Because
like,
I would think that if you did post, you could get more clients.
I know. And people say that, but to me, it's repetitive. Like, you know, like, I work with the same people. Like, if there's someone, and that's another thing, I don't take pictures with my clients. Like, I'm not the one to be like, let's take a picture. And it's not me. Like, yeah. I think the last person I took a picture with was Future in like 2015. After that, I was like, I never want to do that again.
She's like, cringy.
Like, it was weird. It was just like weird. Like, you know, he was cool. He didn't say anything. He actually was cool. But like, when I see other people like do it on set, I'm just like, ew, like, is that what I do?
Have you ever been like on set with like Kanye or any of the Kardashians?
No, but the Kardashians, Kylie and Khloe, came into Namies when I was working there, and it's kind of cool. Like,
yeah, because I've seen that. Because like, I like watching like the Kardashians, you know, and I seen that their new season, like whenever they proposed to Kourtney, like the makeup people were there.
Yeah. But their makeup people are the same people, and they're there from the moment they open their eyes to the moment that they go to sleep. For sure. Yeah,
so it's a whole thing. Do you think it's like they get paid a lot, huh?
They do, but like that's another thing. Like Diddy, I can speak on this because I know this for a fact. I know his assistant. When Diddy moves, his whole team moves. Like you get probably your off day is 12 hours, and who wants to live like that? To be honest, like. I don't want to always have to be on someone else's time. On the go, yeah. Like, I love being on the go, but it has to be worth it. Like, it really does. And if I'm like, you know, and it's good to have like other clients as well. So it's nice. Like, you look at Diddy's life and you're like, oh, he's here, he's there. But to always be on the go and to never get that like time to come back to like reality and like, you know, like I think like like for me, I love being on the go, but even at the end of like being on vacation or a workcation, it's good to be at home and really like come back to reality and be like, this is what my life is. Like, you have to separate the two. And I don't think of that being on the go all the time. You're able to do that. That's why people need like antidepressants and stuff, because they're dealing with somebody else's life that's not their own, and they're not coming back to their self. You know, like you have to come back and be like, okay, this is what I want. This is what I want to do.
This is what I'm working for.
And this is what I'm working for, not always being in the limelight of somebody else. Yeah. Like, that is exhausting.
No, yeah. I can only imagine.
Yeah. Like, even, like, for me, like, with work, like, I worked in, like, Hawaii for, like, 2 months doing a reality show, and it was fun.
Wait, which one? If you don't mind, if you don't
Are You the One?
Oh my God, I saw that.
Are You the One? Yeah, and honestly, those shows are so fun, but
they're so funny.
Coming when you're like, you feel like you're on vacation, and like when you overindulge, sometimes like getting like a pina colada every single day, it takes a toll on you. Like, it's fun for a weekend, but you know, like I had to come back home and just really like, I don't know, just get my shit back together. Like, mentally. Yeah.
Damn, that's crazy. It's so funny you mentioned that, because we had like one of our like another guest that he was casting for like a show.
Oh, Brandon.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was casting for something. Yeah, a reality show.
But it was, I think, because, you know, Are You the One has like different
seasons.
That's the one he went to.
He didn't want to say. But then he told us like off camera, because he couldn't say like the name or whatever, not yet or whatever. But it's funny because it reminded me of him, because he's very like muscular.
Yeah,
he's,
those shows are fun though, because they have 24-hour surveillance, so it's like, you know, it's fun. Like, reality TV is cool, and for me it was like, there's no makeup on reality. I just work on the host, so like.
Oh, that's what I was gonna ask you. So who did you work on? It was just the host?
Yeah, it was just the host. So like, he only comes in for competitions,
make an announcement,
just that, and then I have the rest of the day off. So like, even that too was crazy, because I would be lit as hell, like from being at the pool, and then it's like, okay, we gotta go into work at 7, but it's only for 2 hours, but you're just there like, oh my gosh, I'm so lit. Shouldn't have drank that much at the pool. You know what I mean? Like, it's just like, there's so many things going to it. Yeah, you get paid, but it's like, I could probably be getting paid more, like on my day off. Like, you get paid for the days you're there. You get a per diem, which is like for every day you're there. It's like for food or whatever. But it's like, on a day that I'm getting per diem, I could be still making money elsewhere, you know? So you could just got to make it make sense.
So you don't book out of LA?
No, I mean, like...
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, the thing is, I don't book out of LA, but there are production companies from Miami that come into LA a lot to like shoot like certain artists that they'll book me. Yeah. And like, they'll ask me like, do you know anyone in Houston, or do you know anyone in Atlanta? Yeah. And I'll be like, if you can fly me out, or I mean, you're gonna have to find somebody else, because I really don't know a lot of people, like a lot of other makeup artists, like in different states. So yeah.
And then whenever you go on the workations, do you get paid per diem?
You get per diem, and then you get paid on time card, like whatever days you work on set. Oh, okay. So like, you'll get a rate for that day, and usually like it's 12 hours guaranteed usually. So even if I work 5 hours or 6 hours, I still get the whole 12-hour rate, you know? And then anything overtime or whatever, that's whatever. But you document the day. So if I work Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, that would be like, let's just say $650. Let's just say that for 12 hours. So those 3 days I'm doing that, and I'm still getting the per diem. And then on the days that I'm off, Thursday and Friday, I would just be getting the per diem. So sometimes it sucks sometimes, because... You know, I'm stuck here because I work Saturday and Sunday, but I'm off Thursday and Friday, you know? Yeah. and I could be working
because they're flying you out, right?
Yeah.
And the hotel
and all of that. Yeah, and all of that gets taken care of by production. Like you get reimbursed for a lot of things.
Yeah, so it's not too bad then.
It's not too bad. And honestly, I'm gonna say, like, I don't know much about credit, but like having like being a makeup artist and like having to like put flights and hotels and things, you have to, like, the best thing is to have a credit card, but you get reimbursed later, of course, but it's like building your credit, you know, like I get to put it back on my credit card. So there are a lot of things that like I probably wouldn't have known, like, or done, like credit, for instance, if it wasn't for me like having to buy my own ticket and shit like that. And it's like, it's not gonna come out of my money, it's definitely gonna come out of my credit card. So I mean, there's a lot of parts to it. And I think like being a freelancer, everyone, like, I didn't realize how big it was, like when people ask like, oh, like, who do you work for an agency? And I'm just like, oh, it's just like myself. It's like word of mouth. I like go and promote myself, or people come and ask me, or like I said, every Monday I'm tapping in with everybody I know.
I'm gonna start doing that.
Yeah, you should.
Start doing that shit too.
Start reminding people, hey, like, and hey, what I do is I write the message out, and then I just copy and paste, and then I'll put the name of the person. That's the only, I delete the name, boom, everyone's getting the same message, and you look, and like you can see who responded, like the next week or the next month you can see who responded, who didn't respond. But yeah, that's just like literally how I get the ball moving, because you know, not everyone knows when I'm in town, and I don't expect people to know, you know, like I get it. Everyone has a life, so it's good to just come back in and just tap in with them. And it's crazy because like my friend would be like, oh my gosh, I was just thinking about like who I was gonna call, we have a job on Tuesday, are you available? And you know, it always works out.
So I started asking everybody towards the end of the podcast, right? Like, what makes you genuinely happy? Like, and you know, normally you'd probably say like, oh, you know, my job or whatever, but like,
no.
So
being able to have a life outside of my job, you know, like I love, like, I honestly enjoy just having free time, like as crazy as it sounds. And it's not even like free time to work more. I don't like believe in working yourself to death. Some people do, and I think that's like the old way of living, you know. I think like you should work enough to make sure that your needs are taken care of, but also enough to still like indulge in what you want to do. And like I said, like I'm not the type of person that needs the next Prada bag, you know, like not yet. I mean, when I'm there, fucking like I'm gonna get it if I can and if I want to, but like that's not my goal. Like my goal is like, when can I come back home to like now it's different now, because when I was younger, of course, we always want to do crazy things, you know, like, but what makes me happy is just being able to do what I want to do when I want to do it. Literally. Like if I feel like going, you know, taking a 2-hour drive to San Diego just to see a different side of the coast, like that's what makes me happy. If I feel like coming to Houston for a week and not having to worry about work, that's what makes me happy. Like just being able to live, like I tell people, like people really will work themselves to death. I don't see that. Like even like the guy I'm dating right now, like he like feels the need to always be doing something. Like it's weird. And I'm just like, I'm not like that, because I'm not worried about work. Like I know that it's going to come. Like it's coming. Even if I don't see it right now, I know it's going to come. Like I'm not going to die. Yeah. Like the credit card companies will call me and tell me that I'm late on a payment. And it's not because, you know, I don't have it, but it's because I'm not stressed about making a payment. Like you go get it when you get it. Yeah, and you calling me is not like taking minutes off of my life. Like, you know what I mean? Like I'm gonna be alive still, like whether I pay it or not.
So you are dating somebody?
I am dating somebody.
Because I was gonna ask, like,
single, guys.
I was gonna ask if being in a relationship would slow you down or slows down your work or just your life, but it doesn't.
I mean, yeah, but like, you know, I've been in a past relationship, and I felt like, as far as slowing me down, like this is the thing, like I'm just like naturally I'm a person that's always doing something. Like it doesn't matter what it is, it could be anything. I'm always doing something, so someone has to like fit into that. Literally, like, and
that's gonna be known in the talking stage, right?
Yeah. Like, and like some people, like they know right off the bat if I'm too much for them or if I am enough for them, you know. And I can tell that as well. Like my intuition with things like that, like it goes very well, because like I'm just like at that point where it's like we both have to be working on things. And like I said, the guy that I'm talking to, he loves work. Like he does camera work, so he's always like editing something or like trying to fly a drone and purchasing new things to fit his drone, batteries in, like all types of stuff. And for me, I'm just like, does that need to be done right now? Like, or can you do that like tomorrow? Like, cause this is a lot. But for him, it's good because like, you know, like I let him live in his world and he lets me live in my world, you know, and we understand that. Like I've been here for a month and he's like, damn, like, how do people do long distance relationship? And I'm like this, like this. I mean, I don't know what else, but like it flew by because he was doing what he needed to do and I was just doing what I needed to do. Yeah. And I just think staying focused is just the thing. For me, like dating has actually like it made me more focused. You know what I mean? Like I'm not worried about like trying to put myself out there to meet somebody. Like I already got somebody, so now it's just like let's on to the next thing. You know. Yeah.
So where can they find you? What's your social media?
It is Do It Like Amadora on Instagram.
Nice. So thank you for joining us today. I'm so glad we were able to like work out sometime.
Yes, thank you. You
just
guys
catch
are
up
doing
on everything.
So good.
So yeah.
Thank you.
But,
so go ahead.
No, I was gonna end it already, but
yeah, that's what I was gonna.
Oh yeah. So make sure you guys subscribe, follow us on TikTok, follow us on Instagram, follow Amadora, our personal stuff, brands and everything. Yes. It's going to be in the description below. And that's it, you know.
Again,
thank you so much. You guys are amazing.
Peace.